and this is Arcane Mark. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Arcane Mark. Today,
welcome to Build a Deity Workshop.
So, deity.
Since we're building a deity, that means we will need some concepts. So start off, if you're in here, by just putting up your deity concepts that you may have come up with in advance. If you didn't, that's okay too. A concept can be anything from as vague as like a deity of the sun to as specific as having like numerous specifications on the concept. It can be about what the deity is about, what the deity looks like we had a squirrel deity before in here. Anything can be part of the high concept, and that's just what determines what we're going to do now.
Oh, hey, Kojo's in North Carolina. Hi, Kojo. That's where I'm from.
We were there in previous episodes. Anytime that you see like a
I guess
colorful
you know,
wallpaper. Yes.
Fair enough. Hello, girl, and welcome both of you. And anyone else who may be watching here today. So
that's right.
Yeah. So there's quite a variety of things that you can do with deity concepts. I find that people often with deities tend to name some of their areas of concern, and then we can talk about how they approach that. Because there's you can have, for example, if you had a deity of fate, you could have they could be like more, how much do they intervene? How do they believe that concept should be expressed? Are they broad in the way they do things, or do they have a very specific dogma? Things like that. Do they believe there's
one fate that is the only possible fate, or do they believe that there's branching fates and that they are trying to choose a particular path, or they're just going to let it go and work the way that fate decides it's going to? So there's many different ways, even within a deity of fate, that they can have very, very different personalities or sort of interpretations of fate. So from here, we're going to build a deity based on a concept that is proposed from chat. We'll vote on in, and then we're going to add different elements and aspects of that deity alongside these ideas and votes. So we have a deity of forgotten missions is the first deity idea.
Is that missions?
It might be, since you and I are next to each other. Let's assume that it is.
God of
problem solving.
Awesome.
All right, that's our second idea. So we have forgotten missions and problem solving.
Both of those would be fun, because I can see forgotten missions being like
lesser deity of libations. All right.
Cool.
So that's three options.
Three ideas,
so far.
all of which could be fun to play with.
That's right. Does anyone else have a deity idea? Otherwise, we can vote between forgotten missions, problem solving, and libations for those deities.
I mean, I think those three are all
those are definitely solid. We'd want to let people put out their ideas. Hold on, I should do ABC so that it doesn't get confused.
Yeah, so it doesn't get confusing with the
next
voting
episode.
for other things. And then once you're done with that,
all right. So I'll put ABC. So vote for forgotten missions, problem solving, or libations. And based on that vote, we will be building that deity. So we have one vote for problem solving.
Mm-hmm.
And if we assume that people wanted to vote for their own ideas, which is not always what happens.
That's not always what happens. People sometimes prefer ideas that come up after.
That's true. So let's see what other people think in terms of the deity of forgotten missions, problem solving, or libations. And then that's what we will build today.
Yeah, these all have like a lot of different ways they could go.
Yeah, I could see
I think that,
them going multiple ways each.
Our next question would be...
So, another vote for B. So, we've got problem solving.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Garland is biased by C. And Rico is not inspired by players investigating a family of creatures that were brutally murdered over a year, real time, from when they misunderstood the reason the family was missing and jumped. I assume to conclusions? Yes.
An incorrect conclusion, yes.
There you go.
Oops.
All right.
So we have A, 2 B's, and a C.
All right. So it looks like we're doing problem solving. So it's a deity of problem solving. So let's think a little bit about this deity of problem solving. how, like, what techniques of problem solving do they represent? Like, problem solving can be used as a euphemism for, like, sending in, like, a wet work assassin team, for example. But I'm assuming it's more of a, like, problem solving from the more upfront meaning of actually attempting
Also,
to
like,
solve problems.
Is this deity more likely to be like, you're a better problem solver if I throw problems in your way and teach you how to solve problems, or are they more likely to help you solve problems?
Right. Like, does the problem-solving deity throw challenges at you? Do they help you solve problems? Or they're like, wow, I should never help someone solve problems, because if you just give someone a fish, they'll only eat for a day. Whereas if you teach them to solve problems, then they can feed themselves for life. So there's a lot of different philosophies that a deity of problem-solving can have. We also should think about, like, what does the deity of problem-solving's iconography depict that deity as? Like, what do they look like? If they look like a person or other kind of being, do they have, like, an obvious gender in depictions? Do they have, like, different genders depending on who depicts them? Are they, like, an animal or even an object or something like that?
Oh, I see. To be high up in the church, you have to do trials. Yeah, I can totally see
like the
that.
Kobayashi Maru trial in Star Trek. And Kojo says the deity gives problems in order to help you solve problems. So it looks like everyone's on the same wavelength of, like, they have trials that will help teach you problem solving.
So that you can overcome other issues.
That's right. So
and become someone to help guide others in solving problems. If you're like...
So we've got the deity of problem solving. And we know that they are going to send us on many trials and teach us to become a better problem solver.
So you talked about, like, the possibility that they would have, like, a humanoid appearance, although in my mind they look like some kind of fiendishly complex twisting puzzle that, like, just trying to... You can't really fathom their true form, so they have to use, like, different projections on people.
Are they like a weird, strange puzzle that sometimes, like, takes a face, like, that's made out of these weird puzzle pieces?
Oh, yeah. So, like, I could, like, maybe, like, kind of, like, Rubik's Cube type thing, or, like, some other type of, puzzle. Like pattern.
The image made of puzzle pieces with one or two missing.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
So I'm going to say a vaguely humanoid face made out of various puzzle pieces with one or two missing.
So, I'm also thinking about what that one or two pieces missing means. Does it mean, like, that the deity considers that there's still ultimate problems that need to be solved, and, like...
That they're not the full answer.
They're not the full answer. And they want you to recognize that.
That makes total sense to me. So,
yeah.
In that case, let's think a little bit about the divine abilities. What attributes are going to be really important for this deity? I would say, it seems to me
at
like
least
probably intelligence and wisdom, but maybe I am not right.
I would suspect. Possibly both, because of different ways to approach problems. Yeah, I think maybe
both intelligence and wisdom, because there's many ways to approach problems. But if I see other ideas from chat, we'll switch it around.
There's also a mention of cooperation being important.
Yeah, that's probably is. That's going to help us when we're deciding domains. So let's think about the divine font. Are we a harmful font? Are we a healing font? It feels like we're healing even though we put trials on people, because we're ultimately putting things together. But
as opposed to taking things apart.
I'm going to guess that for now. And divine sanctification, I don't know. Maybe they are not sanctified.
I would say
maybe they can sanctify.
It would probably be either none or can choose holy, but probably none.
It might be can choose holy also. Those are the two that I was thinking of. Rico says you can solve every problem with harm. Well, Rico, that we were thinking of that before when we were saying, is it problem solvers in the terms of that's what you call your mercenary assassins. And it didn't sound like we were going that way. I could see
a heretical splinter sect in that, right?
I'll put none for divine sanctification for now, but if people in chat are thinking can be choose holy, then I'm good with going back and changing that. So what is our divine skill? So it's probably It's probably. I was thinking it's gonna be either crafting or arcana. Probably because arcana is also a very logical form of how it deals with magic.
Too. Kojo said can choose holy.
Okay, well I was on the fence, so let's do can choose holy.
Yeah. And there's also a perspective that it could be heal or harm because you might want to be able to solve problems in a versatile way.
I mean, that is a possibility, too. I was more thinking of it in terms of, like, the approach that they're taking for it. So we can put heal or harm or heal. That works. So what do we think? Do we think crafting or arcana for the divine skill? I think it's going to be one of those two, like, almost for certain. So we can start thinking about that. And also, what is our favored weapon? And is it, like, hitting people with a textbook? Or, like, a protractor? Stab them with the end of a compass?
It feels like it's more of a Dexy weapon, at the very least, to me.
It could be a razor-sharp puzzle piece that you throw at them.
Yeah.
Throw dice at them.
Dice bag.
So it looks like there's talking about crafting or potentially lore.
Are there any deities with a lore?
I think that they don't, because lore is a depreciated skill. So deities don't generally give lore for that reason. Because it's a skill that's like narrower than other skills.
But I could definitely see this deity having some kind of like a feat that was related to lore.
Oh yeah, they definitely might.
Because lore definitely seems very thematic here.
So let's take a look
at weapons.
At some of the weapon choices so that we can try to figure out like what is a good weapon here. So weapons that are available for us. There's so many. There are too many.
So is it going to be like... I guess one broad question about this, is it going to be like a normal but flexible weapon, like a dagger, or is it going to be like something weird?
It might be something weird. Like, you never know, right?
Because I could see going either of those directions.
Like, it could be a stiletto pen from the PFS guide. Because it's a pen that you can use solve. You can use to solve equations and things like that, and you also stab people with it. What do you think?
That's good by me.
Okay, let's see what people think about the stiletto pen. And Kojo was thinking about a writing brush that could also be a weapon, so that's very similar to the stiletto pen. Garland suggests whips. Given that Kojo independently came up with what if it was something you could write with, let's go with the stiletto pen.
And then also mention versatile weapons.
Oh yeah, polytool could be good for that.
We've done polytool for other deities before.
We have done polytool.
So there's a reason why people.
Okay, so I'm gonna put it in chat.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna put in chat a.
So it would be polytools or stiletto pen or whip.
Yes, I'll put polytool, stiletto pen, and whip into a vote. So we have polytool, stiletto pen.
You need to do a bracket for B so it doesn't make whip.
Or just not do any of these little things.
Yeah, so it doesn't do the little glasses emoji.
That's right. I'll just put commas.
Yeah.
I'll just put the sunglasses afterwards anyway, just to be cool.
Stiletto pen versus dinosaur.
Who would win? The pen is mightier than the sword.
Dinosaur?
Dinosaur.
You hear it here today, folks.
So yeah, Rico, the polytool I think is the multi-tool thing Cassandra Lee has. That's why we're putting it in the vote. As an option. So, shall we do polytool, stiletto pen, or the whip?
One for polytool and one for stiletto pen.
2 for stiletto pen. Well, I've never seen a deity with stiletto pen.
2 for...
I have to admit, and 2 for polytool. 3 for stiletto pen. Okay, so we have deity weapon stiletto.
But the pen is not mightier than the fort.
Yeah, well,
says Chris J.
it goes fort, pen, and then sword.
Okay, I'm glad we've
established this hierarchy of needs. Okay, so
but the polytool is also a very legit option that a lot of folks.
Let's get our domains, and
yeah.
we thought about the fact that working together was also important. So that's going to help us potentially if we have some kind of cooperation-based domains. So there's like 1 million domains, by which I mean there are
a lot,
but not literally 1 million. There's only there's only 61.
So I think we read the names, and then folks, if there are any that particularly catch your eye, then type them in the chat.
I'm gonna read out ones that as they come, and just type in the chat ones that you like, and Linda and I will think of ones that we like. Air, ambition, change, cities, cold, confidence, creation, darkness, death, decay, delirium, destruction, dreams, dust, duty, earth, family, fate, fire, freedom, glyph, healing, indulgence, introspection, knowledge, lightning, luck, magic, metal, might, moon, nature, nightmares, pain, passion, perfection, plague, protection, repose, secrecy, sorrow, soul, star, sun, swarm, time, travel, trickery, truth, tyranny, undeath, vigil, void, water, wealth, wood, wormkin, and zeal.
Change, creation, glyph, knowledge, perfection, and truth stood out to me from that.
Yeah, I had a subset of those as well. So I will.
And then I want to see what. Can you type those down?
Yeah, I'll type those
and then
in.
We'll see what
so hold on. We have change, creation. You said glyph.
Glyph.
Something knowledge.
Knowledge, perfection, and truth.
Knowledge, perfection,
and truth. And chat has ambition,
ambition,
introspection, luck, and moon.
Ambition, introspection, luck, and moon. All right, so here we go.
Oh, it's cities.
Oh, cities?
Cities, trickery, and time all came into.
Cities, trickery, and time. Okay, so cities, trickery, and time. So
we didn't actually wind up with anything that was about cooperation, because I think maybe cooperation was more about
family and
family and
not
protection.
Really
and it's not really that.
All right, that's fine.
Okay.
So vote for 4 letters. Pick 4. We will actually take 6 of them, but you don't get to vote for 6. So pick your top 4 of these domains from this list, and we will then take 2 as alternates. That's why we'll wind up with 6. So, change, creation, glyph, knowledge, perfection, truth, ambition, introspection, luck, moon, city, trickery, and time. Not in alphabetical order, but instead in the order that was easier to do. BDGF is our first vote. So vote along, and while everybody is voting, I'm going to, at the same time, look at what our next thing is. We're going to be, we're going to be coming up with cleric spells. So that shouldn't be too hard for this deity, because this deity is going to have a lot of spells that they probably want.
Yeah.
That are just sort of things that are like guiding people towards the right
B's
path.
Definitely in it.
Yeah,
Everybody
voted for creation. Literally everyone. Also,
I see there's a good amount of C and D as well.
Yeah, there's a 3 C's and 3 D's. 4 D's. So I think that B, C, D, creation, glyph, and knowledge are doing pretty well. Like overall, Linda, your choices, some of which were also F also did well. So I think that creation, glyph, knowledge, and
3
truth,
F's, 1, 2 H's.
Yeah, I think it's creation, glyph, knowledge, and truth as our 4.
Yeah.
So domains are creation, glyph, knowledge, and truth. And then our alternates are going to be
what are ones that got 2?
So that's going to be...
I see G.
Yeah, that's going to be... ambition will be a possibility for that, or we may need to do a tie break.
H has 2.
Introspection has 2. That's correct. So... Oh, maybe we don't have to do a tie break. Yeah, it's ambition and introspection are
there
alternates.
We go.
That's a neat vote.
Yeah.
All right. So now let's come up with 3 spells that the Deity of Problem Solving will grant that are not on the divine
list because they already have them.
So I think they're probably going to be on the arcane list.
Yes, it's possible they'd be on the occult list. They might be on
the occult list. They're
definitely not private.
One of them has to be first rank. And so they're definitely going to be ones that are about, like, guiding us towards problem-solving solutions. Mm-hmm. So probably going to be some things that might have been traditionally divinations back in the day when divinations existed.
Unless you go the opposite direction and take, like, befuddle or something.
It could.
That's not...
Or, like, thoughtful gift where you teleport an item to an ally's grasp because you're helping them solve problems. Like, what will solve a problem? This item.
So let's go through...
Let's make sure that isn't a divine spell. Oh, it is. So we can't pick it.
Let's go from the top.
Temporary tool. Okay, so temporary tool is a decent option.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking for the bottom because I think that the people in chat may. So I would say Sure Strike, temporary tool.
Share lore.
And share lore.
Is that arcane or sorry, is that divine?
No.
Okay.
So yeah, I'd say Sure Strike, temporary tool, and share lore.
From the bottom here.
From the bottom here are all good.
Mind Link?
Maybe Mind Link. Yes. So yeah, let's put in Sure Strike, temporary tool, share lore, Mind Link as options for our
but that's only the bottom half.
Rank.
Let's see.
Yeah, I know. We're going. So let's see what we're gonna do. So I also saw that there weren't that many that were as good that were in the top when I was looking through it quickly. But there could be something else here in the top. Right?
Carry-all?
A floating platform that carries objects. Like kind of the floating disc type situation.
Yeah. So you can carry like a lot of stuff with you.
I could see that. So we
and then befuddle.
Anticipate peril.
For the opposite direction of like messing up. If that's not one.
Carry all, befuddle, anticipate peril. Alright.
So, were there any of the ones that other people suggested level 1?
Pocket Library, I think, might be level 1. Did we miss Pocket Library? We often suggest it for these knowledge deities when we get them.
Yes, we totally missed it.
We missed it.
All right,
we missed it this time. It's not been our first time to have Pocket Library on a list of deity spells.
But Pass 1 Magic Passwords are higher, I think.
Yes, they are both. They are both higher. Those are good to have on.
So for our level 1 spell.
For our level 1 spell, we have these options. So vote for just one because we can only have one of these level 1, rank 1 spells.
While they're voting,
While we're voting, we can look at some of the higher rank spells, which could include the Pass Wall Magic Passage as a just sort of a like, well, here's a Gordian knot solution to this maze. Like, also, I'm assuming that means this deity also, like, enjoys it when people have a
solution that cuts through.
That sort of cuts through and is clever.
Magic Passage is uncommon, though.
It is uncommon, so let's not use it.
Let's see.
That's a good point. That's a good point. So, there might be things about...
Let's see.
A lot of things that would just be like, this spell automatically solves the problem are uncommon because of that reason.
Yeah,
the
Scouting
reason
Eye.
Do that. I could see Scouting Eye, or Sending as things that are like that. Let's see how the chats have been going in terms of the votes. No votes so far for our first ranked spell. People are thinking there's a lot of options.
So yeah.
For our other,
maybe look around third.
Yeah, let's look around third. See if there's anything that jumps out to us, like a dream message, potentially to communicate with someone in their dreams when they're trying to think of a solution to something.
Clairaudience. Secret page. Safe passage.
Secret page is just more of a like.
But you wouldn't. Yeah, that's not when you cast all the time. So
it just covers up your answers.
Yeah, that's true.
There aren't really a ton.
Let's check 2.
Let's check level rank 2.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Dream Message was like honestly one of our better ones for rank 3. Let's see in rank 2. This is
scrolling too fast for me to read. Could also see potentially some illusion-y stuff in here.
But it's trying to solve
But it's
problems.
trying to solve them, yeah. Translate? That's already defined though, right?
That's already defined, okay. Yeah. That's a good point, but it is defined. So it might be about like communication and have things like Dream Message and sending. Mm-hmm. Let's see. So I see votes of B, B, or H, H, C, H. So I think that H, Pocket Library, has done it.
So I see you mentioned suggestions of elemental sense and airlift. I'm not as familiar with those. What's their deal? Airlift. Fly creatures, objects,
and items
to a new location. That seems legit. Where you are right now isn't working for you, so you need to move.
You need to move.
Take a different perspective.
It's everything in a 10-foot emanation. Though it's limited in the amount of ways that it can sort of solve things, I suppose. Whereas elemental sense does give like a bunch of different.
Oh yeah.
A bunch of different options, even though it is very elemental,
mm-hmm.
and I don't know how elemental this deity is, but yeah, we can.
It's still kind of like transforming yourself in a way to solve issues.
Yeah, we can definitely.
Oh, knock also knock could be legit.
Knock could definitely be legit. Knock is a good problem solving spell. So we can put knock, Dream Message.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other one called?
Elemental Sense.
Well, what was the I one called that it used to be?
Crud.
Yeah, it's the remastered.
But is the word
name.
I still in it?
Yes.
Then we could search the word
I. It's called. It was in rank 5, and it is like Scrying Eye or something. Scouting Eye now.
There it is.
Alright. Wasn't the original name of that already changed from Arcane Eye to something else in
I think
in
so.
PF2?
Whatever.
Okay. Sure.
Maybe they just like the name better.
Fair enough. That makes it harder to notice when it was like... Yeah, when it was not
there's
like...
a recommendation, Helpful Wood Spirits.
Yeah, Helpful Wood Spirits. You can put that in here.
Are there any that are like in the higher level range that we might want?
So, there definitely could be. Obviously, you get your goodies sooner if we get them all from the 2 through 5 range, but...
Yeah.
There are potentially some from... Also, there's like flat out scrying is uncommon.
Yeah.
Let's see. How about contingency?
Oh, yeah.
Contingency seems really strong for this deity because it's the problem solving.
Oh, I planned for it in advance. Yeah, like.
Yes. All right, I'm going to put these on here. Vote for 2, and if they're both the same rank in the end that win,
we'll have to
we will rejigger. Oh, I missed airlift, so
yeah,
H is airlift. So we're voting for knock, dream message. Oh, it's elemental sense, not just elemental with nothing. For C, scouting eye, sending, helpful wood spirits, contingency, or airlift.
And what folks are voting for that?
Vote for 2 choices. So
what's the next thing we'll need to get?
We are now done with all the hard ones, which is the domains and the spells, but we now are getting to more into the flavorful information.
Like edicts, anathema.
Edicts and anathema. That's correct. We already kind of know our area of concern. Our areas of concern are problem solving. It's problem solving, but it's also like puzzles
and like cooperation /
cooperation are our areas of concern. So I can just fill that right in. We also have edicts and anathemas, but we're also gonna have like potentially aphorisms. We'll have a name and
can have like a sacred animal and sacred colors.
Yeah, we'll have a name and titles. And we will indeed have sacred animal and sacred colors eventually, and like common worshippers.
Yes.
And those are generally what we need.
So let's see if folks had opinions on the spell.
Let's see what the spell opinions are while we have put that down. So it looks like contingency, and everybody likes contingency, and everybody likes contingency a lot, but that people are not as big into...
The stream apparently is, lagging so far behind the chat.
I wonder why the stream always lags behind the chat by so much. So, anathema, giving up. Oh, that could be a good anathema.
Oh, yeah.
Giving up. I'll put that on anathema. We will need 3 anathema. So, does anyone have any opinions on these different options? Otherwise,
A, C, and F might need to do a roll-off.
Potentially. Or, let me see. Let's make sure that they aren't the same rank. Although, of course, they all are not the same rank. Let's see. This makes a cluster of little wood spirits tumble around, and then they give you some kind of assistance.
Oh yeah, they have the do chores, distract, put an obstacle,
or search.
So it's one of those. It's similar to like the elemental one, where it is a little more elementally themed, but it has a lot of options as to.
Also, it's a cooperation. So I would say that. I would say that probably, in that sense, like, knock, because it is not as strongly themed to an element that the deity doesn't necessarily have, and the helpful wood spirits both. To me, have a slight edge over the elemental sense. Because helpful wood spirits are literally cooperating, even though they do have an element. So
we could roll between those two.
Let's do a roll 1d6. Actually, I have it.
You have a d6 right here. You could roll a physical.
There we go. We did it. It is whichever one is alphabetically last. Even if we were doing all 3 of them, I got a 5, so it would be whatever's alphabetically last.
It would be knock, because after helpful.
All right, so it's knock. So we're going to do knock and contingency for our other spells. So that means our spells are going to be Pocket Library, knock and contingency. Awesome. So then at this point, we are looking for any of the following: a name or title for the deity, edicts of things the deity tells their worshippers that you should probably do, anathemas, things that the deity tells the worshipper, never do this or you're out with me, or aphorisms or sayings of the deity, and we can do the other ones later.
Yeah, I think that's enough to do at once.
That's a lot of different things to be thinking about. So
names, titles, edicts, anathemas, and aphorisms.
Yes. Those are all, like, kind of a little bit more high concept. So while we're doing that entire long list of things, let's just pick colors.
Yeah.
Because colors are easy. So we're officially coming up with colors. Linda and I will do that. While anybody who has an anathema, edict, or saying for this deity can just pop them into chat. So what color are you thinking of for this
Mm-hmm.
problem-solving puzzle deity. Like,
Rainbow.
what color does like the puzzle face appear as?
Okay. For real though, I'm kind of imagining a slight more affiliation with law than chaos for like the actual deity in some ways. I don't know. I was imagining a metallic.
I was also thinking
Face.
like silver and blue, like a
Yeah.
metallic-y silver, as in silver mostly as in just like the color of metal,
Yeah.
like gray, silvery gray,
Mm-hmm.
like metallic gray,
Yeah.
and then blue for like the fact that it's like glowing blue, or like the little places gaps
Yeah.
between the puzzle might have blue energies.
Mhm.
That's sort of what I was thinking of for the colors as well. And then we have problem solving is not a spectator sport, is an aphorism. So I'll put that in there. Titled The Unanswered Question.
We have edict. Never rush into a situation without forethought.
Ooh, that's good. Never rush into a situation without forethought.
And then names Udokus, which is totally not at all just Sudoku backward.
There we go. So it could be Ukodis.
To make it slightly more different, yes.
What? No, that's what he actually put.
Yes.
You just said Udokus.
Oh, I said it wrong. There we go.
That's right. Udokus would actually not be Sudoku backwards because it would have an inversion.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know. I think like silver
and blue
works for the
I feel like a
colors.
sacred animal is probably going to be like a smart animal, like a dolphin or a monkey or something.
Yeah, I think it would. I was thinking like monkeys have hands.
Yeah. Okay, let's go with monkey.
Could be a monkey or a pygmy marmoset or a lemur of some kind. Alright, so an edict is embrace puzzles and challenges.
Help others in need to solve their problems.
Embrace puzzles and challenges.
Help others in need to solve their problems?
Others solve their... I'm going to say help others solve their problems themselves. So you're helping them...
Yes.
But you're helping them solve their problems themselves.
Do
instead
not
of doing
fear
it for
failure.
them. I like that. That's similar to don't give up, because with giving up is an anathema. So something like never give up, never fear failure is one.
Yeah.
I would also say an anathema would be like...
Oh, octopus. I like that.
Oh, an octopus is excellent. But anathema is probably like doing it for them.
Oh, yeah, teach people to fish.
So just kind of like teach someone to fish and they eat for life. So that whole thing is probably one of their aphorisms, which is like give a fish and they eat for a day, teach someone to fish and they eat for life. So probably anathema is like just doing the problem for someone.
Yeah.
Also, there's like a spam bot here, which I am going to remove and report as spam. And oop, that did not work.
Yeah, I think you clicked slightly off.
I clicked slightly off. All right, guys. So we've got a bunch of edicts. We have enough edicts. We have almost enough anathemas. We have
a name.
we're gonna do octopus. Also, it's probably a blue ringed octopus because blue
yeah,
because of the
absolutely.
fact that blue is, or maybe it's a one of those blue Dumbo octopus.
Oh, they're so cute.
Let's see. I think the Dumbo octopus actually, because blue rings are
They're
poisonous, so they
yeah.
have it's easier for them to solve problems.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a Dumbo octopus.
Aww.
Is gonna be the sacred animal here, and so yeah, so we've got almost everything. We want one more anathema other than giving up or feeling failure and doing the problem for someone. Maybe cheating.
Oh yeah.
Cheat on a problem Because if you cheat on a problem, you're cheating yourself out of the opportunity
now
to
I'm imagining
grow.
them having like spirited debates about what counts as cheating versus creative problem solving. For sure.
Yes. So I think that's definitely correct. So now the last thing that we want is what kind of people worship this deity? What are like the typical worshippers? Obviously, this
like
is
people,
probably
people like who
mathematicians.
Yes, and like I guess people who feel like they're stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Those stuck between a rock and a hard place. Probably. Yeah, people who want to like change their life and their situation.
Like reformers.
I could see that. Teachers,
Yes.
obviously, because they're teaching others. I think those are good for that. So yeah, I think we got this.
Yeah. Awesome.
We rocked Ukoda's The Unanswered Question. So, this is what we've done. We did it in 40 minutes, everybody. Way to go. So, thanks for joining us. We will post this deity up on our Discord, which is tiny.cc/arcanemark. So, be sure to go there if you want to see the deity. Actually, what happened? It is not working.
Let's try that again. Refresh, maybe?
I wonder if getting rid of that spammer has done something to me.
Now chat thinks you're a spammer, Mark.
No, it worked.
Oh,
it just
did work.
didn't
It just
show
didn't show up here.
Okay.
Oh, therapist.
Oh, we were just missing out on a bunch of other things in chat while we were busy trying to report this spam. Which it seems like the spam is like the same person, but they've managed to
make multiple channels.
Create multiple channels for themselves. So they need to be banned on all of those fronts. Alright. There we go.
Okay.
So we've got
so therapists.
We've got therapists as
another worshiper.
Another one, and then Kojo came up with the exact same idea that I did. Well, great minds think alike, Kojo.
Alright, awesome.
Alright. So you'll be able to check it out on tiny.cc/arcanemark. Thanks for joining us. Please like and subscribe, or even join if you want to support us.
And let's figure out what
do one
our
last
next
vote. We've done all these other votes, and we did great on those. Although,
now it doesn't want to scroll.
Now it doesn't want to scroll back up.
What is going on with chat today?
What is going on here, chat? I do not know, and I do not know if I copy pasted something else afterwards. I think I did. Yeah, I did. Sadly, I copy pasted the link, so wait, it won't even delete.
I don't know what's going on.
It's being weird.
Today.
It's just being weird.
All right, but there were some votes up at the top, so we do.
There were some votes at the top. But
Can
I
anyone
can't
who
get
can scroll all the way to the top?
Okay, let's see. Let's try live chat.
Yeah. Okay.
That instead of top chat, it changed into top chat at some point, and that messed us up.
Oh, we had too many things.
We had too many things.
So if you voted before, your vote was not counted.
That's right. Also, I don't have the ability to get to what we put in there.
We'll need to grab it from elsewhere.
Let's grab it from elsewhere by pretending that we're now watching it from the beginning. Over here, that should put it. Wait a minute. No, it won't, because since it's currently still live, I can't go back and scroll up to the previous.
I think we're gonna have to grab it from another. Can someone who has the poll please post it?
No one has the poll. We are going to have to recreate it. So it was the same thing as last time, except that...
Yeah, but someone just voted for 3, right?
Multiple people voted for 3, I think. When 3 was building pre-generated characters for GMs. So it was pre-generated characters. Or no, actually, maybe only Math Guy voted for 3. So that's going to be GM tools.
Mm-hmm. Pre-generated characters.
Pre-generated, or even just using them. Pre-generated characters. So I've got it back. We put it in here. Vote.
All right.
Vote for...
Delic
Reject got it. Thank you, Delic
Okay.
Reject. I don't know why it wasn't showing it to us. So let's do our vote and then finish off.
Yeah, it was fine. And then when we were taking out the spammer, it just... Anyway.
Yeah, it went. It kind of went upset.
And now they're back again.
No, they're not.
Oh, just
We're back in live chat where they appear.
Okay,
They disappear in top chat.
Okay.
All right. So here we go. It's 3. We're gonna learn about pre-generated characters and making them and using them next Saturday. And on Tuesday we will do the other tyranny that I was replacing this with, which was building to an unusual concept for players. Mm-hmm. So there we go. Kind of the opposite. Players making their weirdo characters, or the GM trying to make one that fits the adventure.
Makes sense of this adventure. Yep, absolutely. All right, thanks so much for joining us, everybody.
Take
care.
Have
a great long weekend.
We'll see you next time. Yeah, have a good